it's Safi and Marco. Dish out on the movies. And today we have something a little different. And Marco will explain what that could be.
We are going to give ourselves goosebumps. Because I thought, it would be really fun? Instead of doing a Goosebumps book review, how about we read along in a Give Yourself Goosebumps book and see how long it takes for us to survive. So Safi is going to start, and she is going to read along, and we're going to make the decisions together. And if she dies or stays home like a loser,
no, I won't do that.
Then I'll take the book and go from there, and we'll see how long it takes to survive. There are 42 in the series, and I picked a random number, and the number landed on 33, which is, it came from the internet. So Safi, catch.
All right.
Catch it.
Number 33. It came from the internet. And you have a picture of a computer monitor with a blue and a light blue, dark blue monster with 4 eyeballs and a pink mouth and big sharp teeth coming out of the monitor.
It's called a web crawler, Safi.
Oh.
It's called a web crawler. Get it right.
Tell me again, your best friend Mark demands. You saw what on your computer screen? The hairs on the back of your neck prickle, just thinking about it. A bump, you answer, a weird, squirming bump. It stuck out of the monitor, moved around like it was alive. Right, Mark rolls his eyes. You're out of your mind. Mark talks tough, but you've known him since you were little. You're used to it. It's true, you insist, and totally weird. Come on, see for yourself. You slam the front door. Mark is already halfway up the stairs to your room when you catch up to him. You turn on the computer and sit at your desk. With a couple of double clicks and your password, you log on to the internet. Okay, be prepared, you warn him. It's pretty creepy. Like I care, Mark scoffs. A moment later, a message pops up on your screen. A message in a little black box. Mark's mouth drops open as he reads it. The message is, experiencing virus. Need help to avoid fatal error. Oh man, Mark groans. You've got a virus? What's that, you ask? You don't know what a computer virus is? Mark stares at you in disbelief. It's a program that gets into your computer and messes everything up. It can fry your whole hard drive. You don't like the sound of that. You mean it could erase all my games and files and stuff? Yep. Everything would just be gone. Whoa, you say, sitting back from the screen a little bit. Just then your computer beeps. A long, loud, piercing beep. You cover your ears. Your eyes widen as the black message box doubles in size. This time the message said, please, I'm begging you, help me. This virus is really bad. I need help now, hurry. Your web crawler. You and Mark stare at the black message box on your screen. A sick feeling hits your gut. Now that's freaky, Mark says. I never saw an error message like that. It sounds like a real person talking, like it's alive. You glance at Mark and shiver. What web crawler are you using anyway? It's called Spider, you answer. You don't need to explain that a web crawler is a program you use to get around on the internet. Mark knows. Someone gave it to me for free, you add. Free software? Bad news, Mark exclaims. Free stuff always has viruses. Let's turn this off, reboot, and start over. Maybe the message will go away. Shouldn't we try to help the web crawler, you ask? You decide. It's your computer, Mark says. But I'll tell you this. If you try to fix it, you could totally crash your hard drive. You think. Maybe he's right. But the web crawler is asking for help. Now, should I say what the direction is now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the other ones were like, just go to the next page or something, so...
I know.
That's why I didn't read them.
I know.
To try to get rid of the virus, turn to page 14. If you don't dare mess with it, reboot on page...
You can't read the page
43.
number?
43.
What do you think, Safi?
I think you have to turn to page 14.
Well, no, you have to say the choice.
Try to get rid of the virus.
Yeah, why would you not try to get rid of the virus? Like
Well,
the whole book is about the virus. So like
that's true, but you know that like we just had trouble with our printer.
Yeah, but that was broken. So you couldn't even fix that.
Even on the phone, whenever something happens, we're always turning it off and then turn it back on.
But
so.
He's implying that they're going to turn it off and then it's just going to go away.
Well,
like, if he said, let's turn it off and then turn it on and then try to fix it, I would say, yeah, okay. But he's saying, let's turn it off and then maybe there won't be a virus anymore.
And we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to page 14.
Yeah.
Right now, I was on page 3 for your information.
Really? You sure it wasn't page...
Okay, page
B?
14.
Yeah.
I can't ignore that message, you declare. We've got to help the web crawler. Fine, Mark says, but how? Good question. You stare at the screen. Suddenly, another message box pops up. It covers the first message, filling the screen. What are you waiting for? Help me now! Under the message it says, click here to continue. Wait! Mark yells. Too late. You've already clicked the mouse. Turn quickly to page 52.
That's kind of weird. He does that a lot in these books where you make a certain choice and then he's like, oh shit, you actually did that as well. You're fucked now.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't use those words.
He does in real life, probably.
Another message pops up on the screen. You and Mark read it and begin to chuckle. You start laughing first, then Mark. Soon you're both doubled over, screaming with laughter.
What?
This bug is killing me!
What the
Get a can of bug spray, will ya?
What the
Open up your computer and spray your hard drive.
What?
Bug spray? Mark sputters. Man, oh man.
What the
Somebody's got a sense of humor, you matter, wiping tears from your eyes. But your computer starts to beep again. This time it's even longer, louder. And more ear-splitting than before. And this time, it doesn't stop. You clamp your hands over your ears. Beep! It's so loud you feel as if your eardrums are going to burst. Ow! Mark screams, covering his ears and bolting out of your room. I'm out of here! But what should I do? You yell after him. Mark doesn't answer. Follow Mark to page 69. Mark races downstairs. In a flash, he's out your back door. You're right behind him, but you stop in the kitchen and gulp down a few deep breaths. The beep is so loud it rattles the dishes in the sink. You have to stop that stupid noise. Should you pull the plug on the whole computer?
What?
That should make the beeping stop. Or should you do what the message says? Grab some bug spray and fumigate your hard drive. One thing's for sure, you've got to act fast before your teeth split apart from that awful beeping. If you reach for the bug spray, turn to page 84. If you turn off the computer, turn to page 99. Should I reach for the bug spray?
What do you think, Safi? I mean, it's
Reach
kind
for
of...
the bug spray.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, it's your playthrough, so yeah, reach for the bug spray.
Okay, this is page 84.
Idiot.
And right now I'm on 69. You grab a can of bug spray from under the kitchen sink. I guess it's good that you even had bug spray. You grab a screwdriver, then race back upstairs to your room. Beep, beep.
Just imagine his parents come home and they see him spraying bug spray into the computer.
Oh, I know. Your head throbs as you unscrew the cover on your computer. You unscrew the cover. What cover? You press the nozzle on the can. Psst. Clouds of white foam shoot out. You cover the whole inside of your expensive computer with insect killer,
Yeah.
the hard drive, the memory chips, the motherboard. You hold your breath so you won't inhale any of the poison fumes. You hear a bunch of crackling noises as the electric parts sizzle. A few sparks fly, then flicker out. Finally, the terrible beeping stops. Yes! You shout, pumping your fist in the air. But the next sound you hear sends ice through your veins. Shiver your way to 49. A voice calls your name. Who is it? The computer? But you killed it with this spray.
Oh.
You spin around. It's not the computer. It's worse than that. Mom? You stutter, trying to smile. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Your mom stands in your doorway, staring at your ruined computer. She does not look happy. What are you doing? She demands. That was a brand new computer. Do you know how much it cost your father and me? It had a bug, a virus, and you babble on about the error messages and the horrible beeping and how the computer told you to use bug spray.
You just heard a horrible beeping.
But it's no use. Your computer is toast. Your room stinks of bug spray, and your mom is furious. I can't believe this. She shakes her head as if to clear it. Stay in your room until I decide on your punishment. Learn your fate on page 61.
Oh.
Your mom slams your bedroom door. Really slams it. With an incredibly loud bang. Ow! You hear her say, but you don't dare poke her head outside to see if she's okay. After all, she told you to stay in your room, and that's exactly what you're going to do. Too bad you don't know that your mom just hit herself on the head with the door. Now she's got amnesia.
What?
She doesn't remember anything. Her name, her address, nothing.
Fuck?
She doesn't even remember that she has a kid.
Oh!
And she certainly doesn't remember telling you to stay in your room.
Oh!
Looks like you'll be here for a very long time.
Oh, shit!
Too bad your computer is fried. At least you could have played some video games to pass the time.
Oh!
Now you'll be staring at that blank screen until the end.
Oh!
That was probably not right, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
Now,
Safi!
What do you do now?
Oh, I'll start back at the beginning with the first crossroad, the first choice. What would you say about that? I mean, Safi, you...
I think it was the one just now about either the bug spray
No.
or...
You chose the choice to spray bug spray on a computer. Like, you did that knowing it would fail, too. So why did you do that, Safi? Because
I was going to take a chance.
Well, I did think it was hilarious how the mom gets amnesia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just... Because he would never do that in a regular Goosebumps book. So that was actually kind of cool. I like that he does a lot edgier and darker things in these Choose Your Own Goosebumps books. So, Safi, is he home?
No. That was the check deposit.
Okay.
Okay, well, I think, I don't know, I forgot what I was going to say. I just wanted to take a chance, but I want to explain that the computers back then were different.
Oh, I know.
And so they're talking about covers and motherboards and all this. I mean, the computer we have now, and we even have an outdated, they're outdated the day after you buy them. We just have a monitor, and then we have a little box that has it's small. It's, oh God, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's smaller than a cereal box. It's almost like a box of spaghetti or something, instant spaghetti. And back then, you had the whole monitor.
It was gigantic.
It was big and it could be cumbersome, and so
what was
that's why he was saying he sprayed the chips and he sprayed the motherboard.
Well, what was even bigger was next to it you'd have that big thing, that thing with the...
It's a tower.
Yeah.
And it's not like that anymore. And
I kind of like that, actually, because it makes it look cooler. Nowadays, they look... Well, anyways, we're getting off topic.
Well, I just wanted to explain that. That's why it said that he was doing all those different things, because that's the way they were back then.
I'm going to reboot the computer, because I think that if we reboot it, then maybe, something different. That's what I would always do when I tried reading these, was I would do the other choice that I didn't choose to see if that would do anything. So, alright, Mark, I'm game, you declare. Let's reboot and give it another shot. You boot up your computer again. Everything seems normal. You log onto the internet. Instead of a message, a weird swirling image appears. What is that? Mark asks. I don't know, you answer as a face starts to form, the face of a hideous monster. Two sharp pincers snap open and close. Yellow pus squirts out of its mouth.
Ew.
Wait a minute, Mark shouts. What was the name of that web crawler you got? Spider, you answer. Then that means... That's your web crawler, Mark says. You grin. The monster is Spider. Cool. You punch in a few commands. So let's delete Spider. you say as you're typing. That should delete the virus, right? Right, and it will also get rid of whatever is sending you those weird messages. Mark agrees. But before you finish typing, a new message pops up on your screen. Don't try to delete me. Whoa! Whoa! You cry. Whoever wrote this program is good. They guessed you tried to delete it, Mark exclaims. Try the mouse. Try the mouse?
The mouse? What?
See, this is the path they wanted you to take, because they're not even giving you any options now. They're just like, it's like fucking 10 pages where you don't make any decisions. That's why I kind of don't like these books in some ways, because it seems like there are paths that he wants you to take. But the mouse is frozen. No matter how much you move it around or how many times you click the button, nothing happens. The spider face starts to change shape. The colors swirl around again. Maybe it's going away, you mumble hopefully, but it doesn't go away. It just changes from the shape of a four-eyed monster head to an entire monster, tentacles and all.
Wow.
But that's not the worst part. God damn. The worst part is that one of the monster's tentacles is pushing against the screen, and the screen bulges out. The bump, you murmur. I forgot all about it. I don't believe it, Mark whispers. I told you, you cry as the bulge gets bigger and bigger. The screen suddenly splits. A blue tentacle bursts through and waves around in the air. Yikes! You yell. You and Mark jump back from the computer. The next minute, another tentacle pokes out, then another and another. Finally, the entire spider monster bursts out of your monitor. It plops onto your desk and gropes across, feeling its way across the piles of papers, pencils, and Playboy magazines.
What? That's not on there. Don't read what's not on there.
You and Mark stare in horror at the enormous creature on your desk. It's about the size of a small cat. Its 4 huge eyes look as if they belong on a tarantula. Its big, squishy body looks as if it belongs on an octopus. What's wrong with you? The monster spider snarls. I asked you to help me, but you didn't. It stamps one of its hairy tentacles. You and Mark back up a few feet, slowly. Now Spidey is very, very angry with you. The monster growls. Spidey? You and Mark exchange a glance. Let's make a break for the door, Mark whispers. Okay, you whisper back, but we better move fast. You both leap toward the bedroom door. You grab the doorknob. You're about to wrench open the door when you hear a terrifying scream. You duck instinctively. Spidey flies past your shoulder and smacks against the door, slamming it shut. Then the monster faces you. Going somewhere? It asks.
Why don't you just unplug the computer?
I rebooted it, remember? And this is just going on forever. No, not going anywhere, Mark stammers. But you've had it with the spider. You grab the doorknob and fling open the door. Spidey and all. You make it as far as the hall. Ah! Spidey lets out a war cry and leaps at you. Its legs clamp onto your chest. Its tentacles dig in as if they were cat's claws.
Ew.
Before you can scream or push it away, Spidey sinks its dripping fangs into your neck.
Uh-oh.
No! The next instant, the monster drops off and scuttles down the stairs. Why can't I make some decisions now? This sucks. I want to make this... Oh, here we go. Look at that bite, Mark exclaims. An expression of horror fills his face. You hurry into your room and glance in the mirror. The bite mark is purplish red and already swollen. It throbs. Is the monster gone? You ask. Your voice trembles. I don't know why it would be gone.
Where would it go?
You feel really sick. You begin to shake all over. Yeah, Mark answers, but I have to tell you, I think we should go after the monster. Are you crazy? You say. I need to call my mom. She'll come home and help me. But by then it will be too late, Mark insists. We have to catch it. They'll need to test it for diseases and stuff. It has a virus, remember? Make up your mind. Call your mommy. But then Spidey will get away. So, should we chase the monster or call Mom? Well...
Chase the monster, to do what?
I don't know.
And what is your mother going to do?
Well, in Goosebumps books, the parents never believe anything, so why would I...
Not supposed to, the parents aren't supposed to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I think you have to chase it, but I don't know what to end. To what end?
You're right, you tell Mark. We've got to find that spider thing. If it has some disease, we've got to know. Come on, Mark shouts. It went down the stairs. You both hurtle down the stairs that led to the kitchen. You stare at the kitchen table and stairs, the cabinets, and countertops. It could be anywhere. You say. You glance at Mark. He looks as terrified as you feel. Unless Mark begins. His eyes go wide. Unless what, you ask? You won't find out unless... Okay, go to page 100. Wow, do you like the story, Safi? It's kind of gay.
I don't know what's going to... Marco, don't do that.
Well, it is, because these...
Just say it's just silly.
It's kind of gay.
Silly. It's silly.
It's gay and silly. Unless it went down there, Mark points to the door.
Hey, what's the monster doing?
Well, we'll find out. That leads to the basement. It's slightly ajar. You gulp. The basement. The scariest room in the house. Dark, dingy, damp. And filled with choice spots for a big, hairy monster to hide. Spider. No way! Mark declares. You roll your eyes. You didn't even ask. All right, you say with a sigh. I'll search down there. You keep looking up here. Yeah, that's always a good idea in horror stories, to split up. God, these guys are really, I think they ride the short bus to school.
Also, I would think the computer would be a nice warm place to be. He's out of it, so it wouldn't be cold.
A weird little plot hole is that if he was in the computer, if he was going to break out of the computer anyway, then it actually probably was a good idea to spray it with bug spray, because I guess it killed it. So, I don't know. That's kind of weird. You try to stop your hand from shaking as you reach for the knob. Okay. God, I hate this lack of choices. It takes like 10 pages to get a choice in this book. The basement is dark. Even after you flip on the light, there's only one dim, flickering bulb in the corner. Creak, creak. The stairs moan as you step down them. Something soft brushes against your neck.
Ew.
You jump about a mile, screaming your head off. Safi scream. Then you realize it's only an old mop. You stop screaming, but you realize someone else is screaming now. Mark! You bound back up the stairs into the kitchen. It bit me! Mark cries. With one hand, he's holding closed the door to the cabinet under the sink. He holds out his other hand, showing you an ugly, swollen red bite mark on his wrist. Bits of yellow pus cling to it.
Ew.
Let me out! Spidey's growling voice comes through the door. Let me out and I'll give you something you need! And then
He's locked in the basement now, huh?
What?
He's locked in the basement now.
No? No, he came back upstairs from the basement. And Spidey's in a cabinet under the sink.
Uh-oh.
Pretty please? Spidey's voice grows softer, gentler. If you let me out, I'll tell you how to treat the virus I just gave you. Maybe you should let the ugly thing out. But what if it's a trick? Do you let the Spidey out, or do you keep it under the sink? Well,
What now? What are the choices?
you can either let it out to see what it wants to give you, probably another kissy poo, or you can keep it underneath the sink.
Keep it underneath the sink.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Like, cause if he asked for help to begin with, maybe he's just giving them the virus so that they'll be forced to help him. Like, maybe he, since he has the virus and they didn't take it seriously, he gave it to them, so now they will take it seriously. What do you think? Still keep him under the sink?
Well, I guess that's just not doing anything, though. So you keep it under the sink, then what? Something else is going to have to happen, so I guess you have to do the other because it's more actionable.
Yeah, let's let Spidey out. Let's see what this retard wants. I guess we better let you out, you tell Mark. I'm not opening that door, Mark says, backing up. That thing bit me. It bit me too, you snap. But we're both going to get sick, and I want to know what the cure is. Didn't you hear what it said? Mark won't budge. So finally you reach for the cabinet door handle. You quickly swing it open. Then jerk your arm back out of the way. You don't want another bite. Rattle. Bang. Safi, rattle and bang.
Rattle, rattle. Bang, bang.
Bottles and cans fall over the all over as Spidey pokes its hideous head out into the kitchen. Your heart is pounding, but you try to act fearless. Are you coming or not? You demand. What?
Coming or not? Who?
I guess they're gonna go check out where Spidey is, and so
he's out of the sink and he's running around the house some more?
He's running around. Are you paying attention? He's running around the kitchen. You made the right decision to let me out of there, Spidey tells you. Ugh, gross, Mark mutters as the monster's mouth drips yellow pus onto the floor. Just tell us the cure, you demand. I feel sick already. I'm all hot and sweaty. And shaky, too. I think if people felt hot and sweaty, then they'd just be feeling it. They wouldn't be exclaiming it out loud. That's the virus, all right, Spidey says. It's erasing your memory. Pretty soon you won't remember the rules of your favorite sports. You won't remember your best friend's name. You won't even know the words to Mary Had a Little Lamp.
How do you know that?
Little lamp? That's not right, Mark frowns. Or is it? You shrug. It sounds right to me. You're forgetting things already, the monster points out. Okay, you say. We let you out. Now you keep your word. How do we get better? Yeah, Mark adds. What's the cure for this thing? Spidey chuckles, a deep, mean-sounding chuckle. see. Safi chose the easy. Oh shit. Shit. Oh shit. Curing the virus is easy, Spidey says between guffaws. But you won't like it. Why not, you ask? You have to make a special soup, the monster answers. Cook up pig's knuckles, fish heads, sheep's eyeballs, and Brussels sprouts, and add some computer chips. You and Mark glance at each other.
Gross.
Your eyes lock. No way, your expressions say. You've got to eat 4 gallons, of it. Spidey goes on, every day for a week. No possible way. I'd rather be a walking zombie than eat that stuff. Yeah. You agree? You agree? I'd rather. But you can't finish the sentence. You've forgotten how to speak. You should have jumped at the chance to eat that disgusting soup.
No.
Because now you're in serious trouble. You've forgotten how to eat as well. For you and Mark, and for Mark, this is the end. God, Safi, you just got fucked up. Like, you rebooted.
It's a computer chip, anyway.
You don't know what a computer chip is?
Well, all I can think of is, like, little metal circles. And it's not true.
Safi, let's just break down what just happened. You rebooted the computer, which seems like a good option. Then the virus breaks out of the computer as a monster. Then he bites you. And then you chase it downstairs and you split up to look for it. And then the monster bites your friend. And then you let him out to see what he will tell you. And then you lose your memory and you're dead. Like, see, that's just insane. So, Safi, here you go. Here you go. What are you doing? Why are you lying down? We both
lost.
Yeah, we both failed. So now it's your turn to start again.
Well, I'm not going to start at the very beginning.
No, you go to the first choice.
About what? Turning it off?
Try to get rid of the virus. You want to try to get rid of it again, or you don't dare mess with it again. Here you go. Here,
you should
catch.
Put it on the page.
This, it's like the 3rd page, Safi. Here you go.
Oh, God.
Here, touch it.
Oh.
You like this book?
I can't dispense with it.
Dispense with it?
I mean, we both lost.
Don't you want to survive?
Okay, try to get rid of the virus. Turn to page 14. If you don't dare mess with it, reboot on page 43. Okay, we already did the 14, right? So
we did both of them.
Well, then, I don't understand.
But both of those lead to other choices, so I guess...
I'll just do the 43. Reboot.
Oh, shit. That one goes on for like 10 pages before you can make another choice. We've already read it, so just get to the page where you make another choice.
Okay, well, I'm going to reboot it.
Yeah, she's rebooting it.
Then you see the face of the monster.
It comes out.
It tells you its name. And it says, then that means, and it says, what does it mean? And then you go to page 37. And then Mark says, that's your web crawler. And you say, wow, this is cool. And then it says, you punch in a few commands, so let's delete spider, you say as you're typing, which Marco's already read this. It says, don't try to delete me, and then you try the mouse, so you turn to page 24.
Yeah, just get to the page where you can make make a choice again.
And then it starts developing into its monster form. So you find out what's worse on 78, because that's not the worst part. And then grope your way to 56, because the monster has burst out of your computer, pops onto your desk, and gropes across.
Grope your way to 56.
So you go to 56, and you find out what some kind of score is. Okay, just kidding. And then it comes out of the computer, and you try to get out the bedroom door, and it closes it. And it says, going somewhere, answer on page 108, so there's nothing you can do.
I told you, Safi.
108. And then you want to get the heck away from it. But of course the spider bites you in the neck. So it says scuttle to page 26, like you're a crab or something. Crab scuttle. Okay, now it says to chase the monster, turn to page 32. To call your mom, turn to page 50.
Well, what should we do,
I guess
Safi?
we have to call the mom, because didn't we chase the monster?
Yeah, we did. Well, I guess we can see how the mom...
I just don't see how the mom is going to do anything.
What's Karen going to do? What do you think Karen is going to do?
I have no idea. Probably think they're teasing her.
She'll probably be like, have you two been smoking marijuana?
I don't believe that. Okay, well, I'm going to call the mom, but I just don't see what she's going to do that they couldn't do. I'm sick, you moan. Call my mom at work. She'll know what to do. Fine, Mark says. What's her phone number? I don't know. I can't remember. Mark stares at you as if you're nuts. You can't remember your mom's phone number? Okay, I'll look it up. Where does she work? I can't remember, you say. Are you kidding me? You shake your head. I can't remember anything. My face is hot. My throat is sore. My stomach hurts like crazy, and I think I'm going to throw up. Okay, don't panic, Mark says. You're probably getting the flu. The flu? You say uncertainly. Yeah, maybe. But from the expression on Mark's face, you know what he's thinking. The same thing you're thinking. Think you can make it to page 18?
You're screwed, Safi.
Nope. You're thinking it's not the flu. It's a virus. And you know just what you got it from. Beads of sweat form on your face and forehead. Man, you look sick, Mark comments. We've got to get you to your doctor. My doctor? A feeling of dread spreads at the pit of your stomach. I don't remember my doctor's name. Wait, I know a doctor we could go to, he announces, or else what? From the gleam in Mark's eyes, you can tell he's got some crazy plan. Find out Mark's plan on page 30. There's this doctor my dad knows, Mark begins. Dr. Bronstein? You could go to him or what? You demand. Come on, just say it. Or you could ask his daughter, Rachel, for help. She's like a teenager or something.
What?
His daughter?
His
You mumble.
daughter?
You wipe a sweaty palm across your head. Why would I ask a kid for help? She's a total computer whiz. She can hack into anything. She changed my sister's grades to all F's just for the fun of it. But I'm sick. I need a real doctor. But what if you don't have a real flu? What if you have a computer virus? What do you want to do?
Safi.
To get medical help, visit Dr. Bronstein. To visit a computer expert, find Rachel on page 22.
Safi, let's break down this decision. You can either choose to go to the doctor or go to the doctor's daughter.
I just don't see what the doctor's going to do, because he just brought up the fact that it could be a computer virus.
I just don't know anymore, because they acted like when he sprayed the bug spray into the computer, they acted like it was like a bad thing, but apparently it was a good thing, because I guess the spider's inside the computer, so they had to get rid of it somehow. But I guess, so you think he should go to the daughter?
Yep.
Let's go to the daughter.
I'm going to turn on the lights. Just a minute. It's getting dark in here. Just a minute.
How would you rank this Goosebumps book, Safi? How would you rank
I don't know.
this book?
I have chores to do.
You have
And I'm cold.
computer viruses to get rid of. It's a fun.
Marco,
It's.
Marco, stop doing that.
Well, I'm just kind of disappointed. Like, it's such a cool concept. It's a fun concept, but so far, like, the choices and the decision process has been pretty lame. Like, you can reboot it, and then the monster chases you and gives you a virus. Then he gives you a cure, but then you die from the virus. Like, the decision making, I don't know, like, I kind of wish I was more involved with the story. Like, if it was more of an adventure rather than it feels a lot like his short stories, where they have this weird concept and they have like a weird twist. And it's very short. That's probably why the series didn't continue, because kids didn't like how they weren't really a part of the decision process for a lot of it.
But I thought that's what the point of it was. For you to be a part of the decision process.
Well, I'm saying, like, maybe that's why it didn't continue. Because kids didn't like that, they go 10 pages without making a decision. Like, what fun is that?
Okay, so we're going to go see his daughter. So
Yeah,
she's on page 22.
I hope that she's not a bad girl.
Rachel hangs out at the .com diner, Mark says. That's where we're going. The .com diner is a really cool diner in town. It has couches, tables, and computers all over the place. When you and Mark get there, the customers are drinking milkshakes, surfing the internet, and chatting. That's her, Rachel Bronstein, Mark says. He points to a tall girl with long red hair. She is standing in the back corner arguing with a couple of nerdy-looking guys. Let's hurry, you moan. I feel really dizzy. The room swims in front of your eyes. Everything goes blurry. You collapse, crumpling into a big overstuffed chair. Then I'm going to 135 to see what happened.
See, I told you he's been taking drugs.
What?
He just said that the room gets wavy and he collapses.
That's because he probably has a fever. This is like almost the end of the book.
You jump around. He does that on purpose so that people don't try to read from beginning to end.
I'll go get Rachel, Mark tells you. Stay there, okay? You nod weakly. Mark hurries to the back corner to talk to Rachel. A few minutes later, the two of them return and sit down beside you. I told her everything about the messages on your screen and the bulge in the spider monster. and how it hit you, or how it bit you, sorry, and how you can't really remember stuff. You look really sick, Rachel comments. She shakes her head, staring at you as if you're a cooked goose. What? You can't help me? I can, but it's going to be tricky. We've got two choices. We could try to catch the monster. Then maybe I could dissect it. Or we can go into the internet and look for a cure. I think I might know how to find an antidote. There are 3 of you now. Maybe you should try to find the thing that bit you. Then again, an antidote sounds good. Quick, make up your mind. To go out looking for the spider, turn to page 79. To surf the net for a cure for the virus, turn to page 107.
What do you think, Safi?
Find the cure.
Yeah, let's find the cure.
107.
Because we all know what happens last time when you chase the monster.
I can't chase that spider monster thing. I'm too sick, you tell Rachel and Mark. Let's go online to find a cure. Okay, Rachel nods. Which computer should we nab? Mark scans the room, searching for an empty computer station. Not out here, Rachel says. I have a better place. Come on, I'll show you. Rachel leads you to a private room at the back of the diner. The room is locked, but she pulls out a key. They gave me my own space since I spend so much time here. I call it the Peach Pit. Wow, you think as you step into Rachel's own private world.
The Peach Pit.
Enter the Peach Pit. That's page 41.
You like to enter the Peach Pit, Safi? Was Goosebumps Peach Pit?
Cool, Mark exclaims, gazing at the wild room. The walls of the Peach Pit are painted in shades of, you guessed it, peach. A swirling mass in shades of pink and orange. The colors spiral around and around on the walls. Kind of psychedelic, isn't it? Rachel asks you and Mark. Yeah, you answer weakly. You don't tell her it makes you even more sick to your stomach. Instead, you head straight for the huge computer monitor. It's the size of a giant screen TV. Below it, on a high-tech metal desk, is the computer itself. And a keyboard. More cool stuff is dangling from the ceiling. Joysticks, headsets, goggles, visors, all the stuff for virtual reality games. They're bouncing and dangling on colorful elastic cords. Rachel points at Mark, then at a chair. You sit, she orders, so you won't be in our way. Then she grabs a set of hand controls and a visor and tosses them to you. You? Stand beside me. We're going online, into the virtual internet. Put on your gear. Enter the virtual internet. Okay.
Are you scared, Safi?
No.
Have you gotten goosebumps yet?
What's the virtual internet, you ask? It's just the regular internet, Rachel explains. But with this equipment of mine, it feels like you're actually walking or surfing the websites.
Whoa.
See? Wow. When you put on the equipment, you do see. It looks and feels as if you're actually stepped into a different world.
Wow.
Colored paths and signs surround you.
I've never heard of VR before.
You feel, well, back then, it wasn't very well known. You feel as if you're standing on a giant quilt, except the quilt is made of websites. It kind of takes your mind off being sick. All I have to do is point to something and we go there. But we can get there faster if we walk. Walk? You repeat. Yeah, Move your feet, Rachel says impatiently. So if you remember how to walk, go to page 68.
I just hate all this, reading all this without decision making.
It's easy. It's easy, you hear Rachel's voice say. Just walk in place. Okay, you think, as you start to move your feet in front of the other. As soon as you start moving, the view in your visor changes. It's as if you're walking through the websites. This is so cool, you exclaim. You and Rachel begin walking through the grassy, green countryside. You pass a mailbox. You see a letter inside addressed to you. It's your email, you realize. Hey, look, called to Rachel. I've got mail. You crane your neck as you bend over and reach into the mailbox. Watch out! There's a man! Too late. A heavy hand falls on your shoulder. You jump and whirl around. It's a man wearing an old-fashioned black cloak with a hood. The hood falls back. You gasp. His face is horrible. It's a white mass of rotting flesh. Scream your guts out on page 73. You leap back from the hideous man. Your heart pounds. I forgot to warn you, Rachel says. This is Coffin City. It's only a computer game. It can't hear you. It can't hurt you, sorry. But we have to pass through it to get where we're going. Just run! Your heart beats even faster as you race behind Rachel through the Coffin City game. You pass a skeleton with long blonde hair, a rotting dead man with a powdery white face. It's just a game, you tell yourself. I'm not really here. But then a really mean-looking teenager with tattoos on both arms swings a chain at you. You hear the whoosh as it misses your head by an inch. I'm gonna get you, Rachel. You and your friend are dead meat. Oh no, let's go, she urges. They don't call him Crusher for nothing. Come on, we can hide in a grave. A grave? Maybe you'd rather forget this whole sick
Sick what?
adventure. Maybe you'd rather just go back and check your email. To hide in a grave with Rachel, turn to page 6. To go back and check your email, turn to page 17.
Well, wait.
So you want me to hide in a grave with Rachel or go back and check your email?
Well, just wait.
Hey buddy, it's Safi and Marco, Dish Out on the Movies. And we're still doing our Give Yourself Goosebumps number 33. It came from the internet. We took a break. We're back.
No, Safi took a break.
Okay. I took a break and helping to make dinner and setting the table and getting the laundry together and a million other things. And getting ready for a snowstorm, so we got to wrap this up. So, we have the boy who opened the internet and got his monster. The monster came out of the screen, and now we're seeing a girl who's like a computer geek, and she's named Rachel, and she's gonna try
Safi, we're in Coffin City now.
Yeah, we're in Coffin City. And this is Rachel, and what's the boy's name? Mark is the friend.
I don't know what his name is.
Well, it doesn't matter. So I'm just continuing from there. So they've come across this man who's gross and disgusting, and it says, you leap back from the hideous man. Your heart pounds. I forgot to warn you, Rachel says. This is Coffin City.
I've already read that.
Just continuing on. It's only a computer game. It can't hurt you, but we have to pass through it to get where we're going. Just run. Your heart beats even faster as you race behind Rachel through the Coffin City game. You pass a skeleton with long blonde hair, a rotting dead man with a powdery white face. It's just a game, you tell yourself. I'm not really here. But then a really mean-looking teenager with tattoos on both arms swings a chain at you. You hear the whoosh as it misses your head by an inch. I'm going to get you, Rachel, the kid yells. You and your friend are dead meat. Oh no, let's go, she urges, sounding scared. They don't call him Crusher for nothing. Come on, we can hide in a grave. A grave? Maybe you'd rather forget this whole sick adventure, Maybe you'd rather just go back and check your email. To hide in a grave with Rachel, turn to page 6. Or go back and check your email, turn to page 17. Marco?
What do you think, Safi?
Go with Rachel.
Okay, let's go with Rachel. I hope that she's not planning to assault you in the coffin.
Okay, we're going all the way back to page 6. You follow Rachel into the graveyard, but you're not happy about it. Run faster, Rachel calls, waving her arms for you to keep up. The empty graves are over there. She dashes down the middle of a long row of gravestones. The ground around the graves bulges up. Ignore it. The corpses underneath are programmed to toss and turn in their graves. It's just part of the game. Some game. You close your eyes. But it's pretty hard to run that way. You stumble and fall to one knee. Then something reaches out and grabs you by the ankle. Uh-oh. Okay, go to 15 to learn about what is that grabbing you by the ankle. You stare down at a wormy, bony arm. It's a corpse, all right, and it's trying to pull you into a grave. Thinking fast, you drop down and roll, twisting the bones. The corpse lets go, just long enough for you to jump up and leap away. You're safe. Gotcha now! A horrible voice snarls behind you. You whirl. Crusher. Now it's my turn, and I'm not some weak, bony skeleton. I'm going to get you good. You're curious, but you figure now is not the time to ask why Crusher wants to hurt you. Now it's time to take off. That's what you do. You run as fast as you can. Rachel is up ahead. She's made it nearly to the edge of the cemetery, but Crusher is closing in on you. You pour on the speed. You've caught up with Rachel. Going to 82 now. Rachel grabs your arm and runs toward a huge glass office building. Now what? You ask. Where are you taking me? Rachel doesn't answer. She simply drags you toward the glass wall. Wait, there's no door, you cry. Are you going to crash? Go back to 23.
See, you
Lord
can...
Dick! What?
What'd you just say?
That's what it says.
What?
Plordik.
What?
A door suddenly appears in the glass side of the building. Whoa!
See, Safi, you can tell, this is the problem with these books, is you can tell that that's the path that R.L. Stine wants you to take, because you haven't made any choices for pages and pages.
Oh, you're going to make one at the end of this page.
Oh, really?
Yep. That's the password, Rachel explains. We're safe now. Safe where? Where are we? You gaze around the huge room. It's filled with computer stations. A bunch of kids work keyboards and mouses, staring at their monitors. It's a hackers forum. A bunch of my friends hang out here. One of them made the antidote program I was telling you about. It's supposed to cure any virus. I think he's our best shot at fixing you up. Great, though I feel pretty good right now. Rachel studies you. You do look better. Hey, maybe it was all that running. Maybe all you need is a little exercise. Do you like to surf? Totally. You love shooting the curls. Just thinking about it makes you feel even better. Maybe you should go have some fun. Then again, maybe you should stick to the plan. To search for Rachel's friend, go to page 111. To surf the net, turn to page 74.
Safi, what kind of an idiot do you think I am?
No, well, I would go with Rachel's friend.
Yeah, I would say so.
Go 111.
And I hope that... Okay, let's make a prediction, Safi. Is this stupid-ass story, is it going to end where we've cured the virus and the main character, but then they go home and they realize that Spider is still around and then they all get killed? Because that's what I think will happen, because they need to cure Spider too. Like, he has the virus as well. So, they might be forgetting about him so that can be the little dumb plot twist at the end. Did you get to the page?
Yeah. Surfing sounds like fun. I really don't feel that well, you explained to Rachel. The sooner we find this friend of yours and the antidote, the better. Okay? Sure, Rachel says. We'll find my friend. Follow me. Your feet drag across the marble floor of the lobby as you follow Rachel into a glass elevator. You watch as she presses number 11. You zoom upward. The doors slide open with a shh. In front of you is a big open lounge filled with chairs, couches, coffee tables, and people. I can't believe how real this all seems. Yeah, it's pretty cool. As you and Rachel enter the lounge, everyone turns around to check you out. You glimpse their faces and scream, Rachel, let's get out of here. What's wrong? Are you kidding? These people are monsters. A werewolf with bloody fangs, a snorting boar with drool-covered tusks, a mummy with rotting flesh. To face those monsters,
how does a mummy
96.
How does a mummy have flesh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wouldn't the flesh be covered in bandages? Wouldn't the flesh... I mean, why wouldn't a mummy's flesh be rotten? They're fucking been dead for a million years. Why would their flesh be alive?
The creatures all have normal human bodies, but grotesque monster heads.
Oh, what are they, just normal people with avatar heads or something?
I don't know, Marco. Let's go, you say urgently. You grab Rachel's arm. But she bursts out laughing. Those aren't monsters, they're regular people.
See?
But these faces are their screen personalities. Huh? People don't use the real names on the internet, Rachel explains between fits of giggling. They use screen names. It's like a fake personalities, so no one will know who they are. I knew that, he muttered. Well, is your friend here or not? Rachel gazes over the crowd of monsters. Even though you know they aren't real, their faces are so hideous they make your flesh crawl. A grinning skull, a little girl's face with moles sprouting huge black hairs, an enormous black gorilla, a giant blue spider monster. Wait a minute, you think? A giant spider monster? That sounds familiar. Okay, now we're going to page 130.
What?
Hey, Rachel, he knows her. Who's that person wearing the four-eyed spider monster mask? You've never seen him before. My friend's not here. Come on, let's go search another floor. Something tells you the kid with the spider monster head would know about the web crawler, spider, who jumped out of your screen. Come on. What do? To talk to the spider kid, go to page 76. To stay with Rachel and try to find her friend, turn to page 44.
Oh, that's tough.
76. Talk to the spider kid.
Let's talk to the spider kid. Because it's a kid, it's not a monster, so I mean what's the harm?
That spider kid might know something that could help me. Okay, I'll check out the 10th floor. I'll meet you back up here. You gather your courage and walk over to the table where the spider kid is chatting with the wolf-head woman. Hi, you say awkwardly. I was wondering, you're cut off by a threatening growl. What's the password? The wolf-head woman growls. I don't know. She bares sharp teeth. I'm sorry, you stammer. She lunges at you, sharp teeth snapping, aiming right for your throat.
They've already established you can't be hurt in real life, so who cares?
The wolf lady pushes you to the floor. You've got to know the password or you get terminated. You feel her fangs sink into your throat. The story is over. Fangs to you.
What? Are you serious? Damn you, Safi. Damn you. Why did you have to talk to that spider kid? Why didn't he say poor dick? Remember I thought the password was poor dick.
I don't know, Marco. Yeah.
What the hell was up with that?
Do you want to find Rachel's friend?
Yeah, I have to find Rachel's friend
I
now.
have to go back. Well, I don't know where
It was a 44. 44 is the page where you go find Rachel's friend. Which, I just don't understand, like, what kind of a dipshit was that? Is a spider, and he's like, you need a password? Like, fuck off, spider.
Yeah, this is where you find the friend.
That's so
Do
stupid.
you want it, or do you want me to keep going?
I'll have to do it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we're switching. That was the end of that one. We're going to find Rachel's friend.
This sucks. This book sucks. You decide to stick with Rachel. She's the computer whiz. Without her, you're lost. Well, that's fucking retarded. You and Rachel take the elevator to the 18th floor. There he is. Rachel points to a kid with the long beard and the pointed hat of a wizard. A wizard, you wonder aloud. Well, his real... well, his real name is... his real name...
Come on, Marco. We got a snowstorm coming.
Okay, you have to read it because I can't read it. Sorry, I'm cheating, everyone, but
You decide to stick with Rachel. She's the computer whiz. Without her, you're lost. You and Rachel take the elevator to the 18th floor. There he is. Rachel points to a kid with the long beard and pointed hat of a wizard. A wizard? Well, his real name is Dave Weiner. But that's so wimpy. He just goes by his screen name. Hi, I'm Digit Wizard, the kid says. Digit Wizard? Haven't you heard that name before? If you have, go to page 53. If you haven't, go to page 5.
Have we heard of that name before?
Yeah, I think so.
Go ahead then.
Digit Wizard, you repeat. You know that name. Yeah, you got my letter, huh? Digit Wizard replies. Your head starts spinning in confusion. The letter. Then you remember. The email. You sent that letter, you cry? Then you're the one who gave me the virus. What letter? Rachel demands. Quickly, you show her the email. Rachel looks shocked. I don't believe you, Digit. He smiles wickedly. I have to get my kick somehow. Before you can reply, he saunters away.
That's stupid.
You think hard. The letter must have some kind of clue to finding the antidote. Could it be the number of words in the email, you mumble? No way, it's the website, Rachel tells you. The answer we need must be on the Goosebumps website.
Oh, that's...
Like it says in the email.
Oh.
Which is it? If you think the clue is on the Goosebumps website, go someplace. If you think the clue is in the number of words in the email, turn to another place.
Give me that. Let me do it from now.
It's either 36 or 120.
Give me that. You know what we're going to do.
I don't know. We got to get
We're
home.
going to Goosebumps Town. Let's see what happens. God, look at that. Look at that wasted paper. There's like a third of the page filled in or less. Look! The email says to search for good luck on the Goosebumps website, Rachel explains. Right, you murmur. Safi, what does a murmur mean? I mean, what, like, R.L. Stine literally uses the word murmur like every other second. Like, he should create a character named Mr. Murmur. Your head feels so foggy, you can't think. Come on, Rachel says, let's hit that Goosebumps site. It's really weird how, like, this virus is so inconsistently affecting you. Like, earlier on in the story, you died by now. But for some reason, with this storyline, the virus still isn't really affecting you that much. Rachel leads you through a dizzying patchwork of websites. In a few moments, you're at goosebumps.com. Do you see anything about good luck? You ask her. Yeah, right here. You read the message that floats in the air in front of you. It says, good luck code. Rachel makes the code sound easy. It's based on the idea that 3 is a lucky number. So to write secret messages in code, you just insert an extra letter for every third letter in the message. Example, if the message is have a scary day, you could write happy kid today. Every third letter is an extra one that doesn't belong. To decode the message, cross out every third letter. Now rewrite the message leaving out all the letters and it will look like have a scary day. So now he's giving you some advice, some life advice if you want to code messages like a retarded person. Cool code, you tell Rachel, but what do we do now? We check out the email that Digit Wizard sent you. Rachel answers, you better take off your VR headset. You lift the visor off your head, and suddenly you're back in the peach pit. Phew, you run a hand through your sweaty hair. I feel like I've been to the moon, you tell Mark. You look like you've been to a grave, Mark replies. Your eyes are totally bloodshot. You're high, and your tongue, whoa! It's turning green. Do you feel okay? Not really, you admit, but I think we may be on the track of a cure. Rachel hurries over to the printer. Check this out, she says, handing you a printed copy of Digit Wizard's email. And now we have to decode the message. Maybe this is where I left off and I had... Oh, okay, I already did it. Look, Safi. It eats bananas. Okay. Rachel points to the PS. There's your coded message, she exclaims. We've got to cross out every third letter. She quickly, and starting with the letter I, cross out every third letter, write the message here, blah, 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 blah. So, the message is, it eats bananas. The words in the new message will run together. Figure out where to separate them to read the message. It eats bananas. Mark reads the decoded message again. What's that supposed to mean? It must mean the web crawler spider, Rachel guesses. So if the spider likes bananas, we put some out as bait, Mark begins. And lure it back to my computer, you yell. Your eyes light up with excitement. Mark frowns. But where do we put the bananas? Rachel turns to you. I bet the spider is still at your house. No, Mark argues. I think it's trying to find you. I bet it's right here in the .com diner. You shiver at the thought. It's up to you. Where do you set the trap? So you could either set the trap at home or set it in the .com diner. What do you think, Safi?
.com
diner. Okay. You decide to set the banana trap right there. Mark hurries out to a nearby store to buy bananas. These cost me $20, he complains when he returns, so this better work. He dumps a huge grocery bag of bananas on the floor. Why did you buy so many? Rachel asks. The place stinks of bananas. Hey, you tell her, we don't know how many we need. He did great. You grab a bunch of bananas and head toward the door. Let's spread them everywhere, under the couches, near the computers. They're going to get in trouble for that. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door of the Peach Pit. You jump. Now what? Rachel grumbles as she opens the door. Everyone knows they should leave me alone when I'm in here. Yikes! There's a gorilla outside the door. He's so big he blocks the whole doorway. He's 300 pounds like your mama. Oh shit. Wait a minute, this can't be real, you tell yourself. It's just a kid wearing a black gorilla suit. A big kid wearing a gorilla suit. The kid lunges at you and grabs the bananas from your hands. Cut it out, you yell. I need those. You leap at him and try to wrestle the fruit away. Are you crazy? Mark says. Let him have the stupid bananas. He's just a kid in a gorilla suit, you insist. That's no kid, Rachel yells. Give him the bananas. You gulp and thrust the bananas at the gorilla. Too late. He doesn't want them anymore. He wants you. He wraps you in his huge arms and squeezes hard. As you start to pass out, you realize you should have remembered the old joke. What does a 300-pound gorilla eat for breakfast? Anything he wants. The end.
Oh.
Safi, damn you. I didn't even want to do that. I wanted to fucking go home.
Well, then go home.
I wanted to go home.
Well, hurry up.
This has taken us 4 tries so far. Yeah. Because how would the monster get out? And why would he... Here, continue from 114.
Home, you decide, definitely. I'm just going to bring some equipment in case we need it, Rachel says. She loads a scanner, a digital notepad, and some other stuff into a backpack. Let's go, Mark shouts. You, Mark, and Rachel race out of the diner. You stop to buy some bananas on the way. When you get home, you spread the bananas around the house. 3 on the floor by the front door, 2 on the stairs leading up to your room, 3 more by the kitchen door, 5 on the dining room table. You can't stop glancing over your shoulder. Every shadow makes you jump, because the monster spider could be anywhere. Now all we do is wait, Mark says. At that moment, a noisy, slurping, munching sound comes from the dining room.
Ew.
Going all the way back to page 8. Every part of your body shakes as you tiptoe toward the dining room. It's the spider, all right. So ugly, so disgusting. The worst part is the way it eats the bananas, sucking them out of their skins whole, slobbering. Ah, he whispered. That yucky yellow stuff around its mouth. That's not pus, it's banana mush. The spider freezes when it hears your voice. Then it glares straight up at you. Its clusters of eyes seem full of evil. Your heart hammers in terror. Grab it! Rachel cries wildly. Now, going back to 119. You dash into the dining room. Mark and Rachel are right behind you. What's the worst that can happen? You're thinking. It's already bitten you, right? Just as you're gathering your courage to grab the thing, it hurls itself at your face, your eyes, your mouth, your nose. They're covered by the spider's giant, gooey body. You can't breathe. Rachel and Mark help you grab the awful thing and pull. Whop! With a ripping sound, like a giant suction cup letting go, the spider releases its grip. Now what do we do with it? Rachel asks as the monster squirms violently. Bring it upstairs, you shout. You stumble up the stairs to your room. You all have a hold on the wriggling monster, keeping it as far from your bodies as possible. We could try to scan it back into the computer with my scanner. No, let's just shove it back in through the screen. That's the way it came out, Mark yells. To scan the giant spider, do that. To shove it into the monitor, do something else.
Well, Safi, I think it would be probably good to scan him. What do you think?
Okay. Let's see, where do we go? 42.
Because I just don't know how you'd shove him back into the
I
computer.
don't either.
It's kind of like something... Like, a lot of the decisions in this book are things retarded people would say. I mean, Safi, let's try to shove you into the computer. I mean, you're not going to get in there. You know, it'd probably be best to scan someone, because then they would still be in the computer as an image, because you scan the image.
So we are
computer.
scanning, okay.
Yeah.
No way. Oh, crap. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Use the scanner, you shout. Rachel lets go of the spider and slips the scanner out of her backpack. It looks like a miniature copy machine. I'll set it up and turn on the computer. Hurry! The squirming monster starts to hiss. It thrashes even harder in your hands. Rachel opens the lid of the scanner. Now, she shouts. You and Mark press the spider onto the glass. Press the button, scan it in, you scream. Rachel presses a button. Zzz. Lights flash. A moment later, an image of the monster spider appears on your monitor screen. Help, you cry, trying to hold on to the spider. It's getting away. What about Mark? Can't he help?
God, Safi.
The spider pulls out of your grip. Mark is still trying to hold on. Hooray, he cries. I scanned it in. She clicks your mouse frantically over and over. But it won't delete. Your hard drive is too slow. No, Mark shouts as the creature breaks free and dashes for the door, which is open. Slam it, you scream. Close the door. Mark lunges. He slams the door shut. Just in time. The spider is trapped in your room. Rachel clicks the mouse a few more times. Got it, she cries triumphantly. You glance at the spider. Then you stare, jaw hanging open. The creature has almost completely vanished. It is being wiped away from bottom to top, just as the computer graphic is being erased from your screen. You catch a final glimpse of the last blue tentacle before it disappears. Whoa! Is it really gone? You ask. For a moment, you stare at one another in disbelief. Then Mark cheers. You did it! He slaps Rachel a high five. He did it, Rachel corrects him. Hey, guess what? You blink in surprise. I don't feel sick anymore. My headache and chills are gone. Mark narrows his eyes. Is your memory back? What's your mother's name? Valerie. I even know your mom's name. It's Anne. You throw your head back and laugh. I'm out of here. Come on, you guys. But before she can turn the knob, you all hear a strange beep coming from your computer. Uh-oh. You march over to the monitor. A message has popped up on your screen. It says, "This is your hard drive. I know how you can win the lottery. Do what I say and you will make $10 million. Now that's the kind of computer message I like, you say. Me too, Mark agrees. Me three, Rachel adds. You rush over to your desk and log on. Hey, the three of you just beat a deadly virus and destroyed a monster. Web crawler. Compared to that, making $10 million has to be a total breeze, right? The end.
Safi, we got the ending. We survived the book. What did you think of that, Safi?
That's a little goofy, the ending.
It's very goofy, and, you know, you can tell that R.L. Stine started out in a comedy. He liked writing comedy.
Right.
And you can tell that with this book. This book is very comedy-centric. And so this is just a short review. I would say that I liked the book overall, but I think that the characters make some pretty stupid decisions. And I don't like how there's like this clear plot that he wants you to do. And that, like, you know, you don't make decisions for pages and pages, so you can tell that that's the one he wants you to do. And I think that, you know, there's so many better role-playing stories where it's not like that. You know, there's all sorts of pathways. What do you think, Safi?
Well, for me, there's so many scams about money that I wouldn't have thought I wouldn't have thought that was, I wouldn't have done that. I just would have not done anything. And they're not going to be punished for not doing anything. So I would just ignored it. Because nowadays, and even back then, it might have been even worse back then, you just get all kinds of scam stuff about money. And there's no such thing as free money anywhere. And I just would have ignored that. Other than that, it was fine. It took forever to, you know, some of the decisions that I made, I just,
It didn't take that long. It took the amount of time, basically, to read a normal book.
okay.
An hour and 30 minutes.
Okay. Okay, what? So everybody, did you like this video?
But no, you have to grade the book because we're doing a review.
I don't know.
I'd have to read the other storylines first, because I think that, again, like, it just feels so obvious what you're supposed to do, and I'd like to see if at least the other storylines are a little worthwhile too. But I would say it's like a strong C+.
I was going to say a C.
Because I love the spider monster, the blue spider monster. I mean,
they never did find her friend either.
Yeah, they did. They found that guy named Dave Wiener, and then he's the Digit Wizard.
Oh, that's right.
That was her friend, and then
was her.
okay.
Right.
I changed my mind. I give it a C- because that was so stupid. How they meet her friend, and it turns out he's the one who gave him the virus.
Why would he? He doesn't even know him. What? That's what I mean. There's just so I think about stuff like that. You know, if you read a lot of mysteries, which I do, I mean, this is a murder or something.
But he gave him a virus that's going to erase his memory.
Why though? Why him?
For shits and giggles.
Yeah, but they don't even know each other. How did he know about him? You just picked them off the internet? I mean, there's thousands and thousands of kids.
I guess so.
I just think that's kind of stretching it.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I don't. But anyway.
I do love the monster.
I think it's a cute little book. I think it's kind of fun to make kind of a game of it and to read the different endings, try to come up, or the different plans. Go to the different pages. It's a good little game. In fact, I think, that'd be something even a group of kids could do. You could have kind of like a Goosebumps party. That would have been, we did stuff like that back then.
I would love to read a more serious book, though, because I don't like how goofy it is. And the bad thing is...
It's a kid's book.
But I could tell it was going to be goofy from the cover. Like, you have that cartoony cover, but there's other books in the series that look like they could be scarier and more serious. So, I don't know.
But I'd just give it a C because it's a kid's book and I don't want to grade
That doesn't matter.
Unless it's inappropriate in a bad way.
That doesn't matter though, that doesn't matter.
Okay, well, anyway, I still, I just give it a C. I think it's average, and I don't know about pursuing the other lines of, we did 5 or something, and... Yeah,
we did 5, and that's 5 out of 20, so there's still,
15.
15 endings.
And,
they're probably stupid ones, too.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, like Marco said, maybe if there was another book of this kind, meaning find the ending and go through it and go to different page numbers, and it was better if it would be, if it was more advanced, or if it was just a different story, it might be better. I think it was interesting because computers have evolved so much, and the things that they mention, the scanner and virtual reality, those things are more prevalent today, and they really weren't back then at all. And so I think that's interesting, the history. Just the way it was, the way computers looked, and what you were dealing with back then. And so, anyway, I give it a C. Marco gives it a C-. So
yeah.
If you like this video, press the like button. And if you would like to subscribe to our channel, I know this is not a movie or a TV show. It's kind of more of a children's book, but
It's
I
a
think
game. It's
a
supposed to be a
game.
game.
And we thought it'd be different to do a game. But we are waiting for a snowstorm, and we've got about 1,000,000 things to do. We had to wait until today because I had 1,000,000 things to do last night, and we had to stop. So anyway, everybody be safe, and goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.